Jane Lynch is receiving some pushback for a comment she made about women's voices in podcasting. She tweeted, "I love women. I am a woman. Our voices are higher than men's voices. Women's voices can get into the annoying area if it gets too high. If you're doing a podcast, consider lowering your pitch a tad. If you think I'm being sexist about this, then I don't know what to do with you." And there were some people who did think that she was being sexist, and they tweeted accordingly. This is my favorite one. Tara Field sent this meme from Glee of, "I am going to create an environment that is so toxic." And she in fact did with the tweet. Let's see, Louis Petzman, who's a writer and deputy entertainment editor for BuzzFeed, said, "Women's voices are more annoying than men's. Who would dare call this sexist?" And people went even broader, saying that the public sniping at women's voices reflects a deeper cultural anxiety about whether they have a right to speak at all. That said, Jane Lynch is hardly the first person to say something to this effect. Generally, it's men saying these sorts of things, Sabrina. But what do you make of her advice for women who want to get into podcasting?
Dang, she really said, "Watch your tone," didn't she? I mean, especially as somebody who, I know what voice I have. This is just the voice that I have. I've been told myself as well, like sometimes when I'm streaming, that my voice is high and annoying. I get it. It's very rare, but it happens. Not everybody's gonna like your voice for whatever reason. I think that stupid tweet can be discouraging for some people, but I really appreciate all of the criticism that it's getting, because it doesn't matter. Anybody who has like a unique voice or something can thrive, even if it's a little bit higher. So yeah, I think it's dumb, especially as I am starting a podcast and I'm gonna maintain the voice that I have. I'm not gonna change it because Jane Lynch said that it can be annoying. I don't.
Well, that was an exciting little news drop there. There's a podcast coming. Okay, we're gonna have to ask some more questions about that in a sec. But yeah, and of course, look, the issue there is that she's implying at least that women are the only people who might have this problem, as people in the chat are pointing out. Weird that she's giving Ben Shapiro a pass. But anyway, look, not just mock him. Lots of people have annoying voices. There are some, and embrace yourselves, there are some people who don't find my voice utterly soothing and reassuring and full of deep wisdom and gravitas. There are people who don't like I don't like some people's voices. That at the end of the day, though, isn't necessarily the most important thing. Like, if you were to give one piece of advice about a podcast, that wouldn't be my piece of advice. And for some, maybe they prefer that sort of voice. Maybe it makes it more unique. There are all sorts of reasons that voices could not be perfect. And look, I do think that trying to control your voice or your energy level, or all sorts of things that you do, your vocal tics that you make. I certainly have a lot of those. That is a part of being a broadcaster in a variety of formats, including podcasting, but it's just such a specific, singular criticism to make in an area where women get criticized all the time for screechy voices or loud voices or annoying voices or vocal fry or whatever. It seems needless. I like some of Jane Lynch's work. I'm a huge fan of Glee. I enjoy The Marvelous Miss Maisel. I don't think that she necessarily needed to do this. Any other thoughts?
No, I wonder if maybe she's perhaps projecting. Maybe at one point somebody told her her voice was annoying, and so she perhaps pitched it down, and now she's with the voice that she has. So maybe it's an internal thing that she's dealing with, and she's projecting it onto other people with high-pitched voices.
Yeah, almost certainly. Probably not that specific criticism, but yeah, I'm sure. I mean, she is a woman that has worked in entertainment. I am sure she has received no end of utterly unfair criticism and advice. But that said, while that is an explanation, as you said, of why you might do this, it's also a reason not to do it, or to be a little bit better.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.